にちは皆さん、お元気ですか? Hello, how are you? Today grammar video number 32 of JLPT 4 and this is the part 8 of 自動詞 and 他動詞. I'm going to explain you about 3 rules about 自動詞 intransitive verbs and 他動詞 transitive verbs. The first rule, all the verbs in dictionary form that ends with ある in this case, all of them are intransitive verbs. The second rule, all the verbs that ends in れる in dictionary form, れる, and these are all intransitive verbs. The rule 3, and this is the last rule, and all the verbs in the dictionary form, す, the ending the part is す. These are all transitive verbs. 他動詞. These 3 rules are always like this. Now let's see more in detail 8 patterns based on these 3 rules. I told you the rule 1 is all the verbs finishing with ある, these are intransitive verbs. And then if you change instead of あ, える, then these intransitive verbs become 2 transitive verbs. 上がる intransitive one, it means something goes up. And 上げる, I make something go up. 集まる, this is intransitive one, 集まる, to get together or to meet up. And 集める, I collect something or I gather something. 終わる, something finishes. 終える, I finish something. かかる intransitive one. For example, 時間がかかる. It takes some time. お金がかかる. It costs some money. And the transitive one, かける. For example, 時間をかける. It means I take my time. And お金をかける. I spend money. 変わる. Something changes. 変える. I change something. 決まる. Something is decided. 決める. I decide something. 閉まる. Something closes. And 閉める. I close something. 止まる. Something stops. 止める. I stop something. 始まる. Something begins. 始める. I begin something or I start something. 曲がる. To turn or something is bent. And 曲げる. I bend something. 見つかる. Something is found. 見つける. I find something. These are only some examples from ある intransitive one and to 得る. This is transitive verbs. But there are lots more. So this is the pattern 1. From ある to 得る. Now from this second rule, all the verbs finishing in れる, these are the intransitive verbs. Based on this rule, we can learn 3 patterns. But there's one exception. There's always an exception, right? I told you all the verbs finishing れる, these are intransitive one. But here, 入れる, this is not intransitive. In this case, this is exception. This is transitive verb. Because 入る, something が入る, something enters. This is intransitive. And the transitive, I put something in. 入れる or I introduce something in. This is 入れる. This is transitive one. This is irregular. This is exception. But usually, れる intransitive one, change to su or ru, and there's one more that I'm gonna tell you later. At first, I'm gonna explain you when change to su. So this is gonna be the second pattern. Something buckles, something fall into pieces, or something collapse, or something slumps. Something が崩れる intransitive verb 崩れる 崩れる. I destroy something. I demolish something, and it's something を崩す something を崩す transitive verb finishing in す something breaks something が壊れる壊れる and the transitive one something を壊す I break something something falls down or falls over something が倒れる倒れる to defeat someone or to knock someone down someone を倒す to come off or to leave something が外れる外れる I remove something or I take off something something を外す something gets dirty something が汚れる汚れる and I make something dirty something を汚す汚す These were the examples of the second pattern れる to す But now we're gonna see the third pattern from れる to る Something sells or something is marketable. This is something が売れる and something を売る I sell something. Something is broken like a fracture or something is folded. Something が折れる I snap something or I fold, for example, paper. I fold paper. Something を折る with る Something is torn or something gets torn. Something が破れる Today, I don't show you example sentences because I already explained you these verbs in the previous videos. In this video, the most important thing is that you can learn these patterns. The transitive form of this verb 破れる this is intransitive, and 破る with this る 破る 破る it means, for example, I tear up some paper. Something cracks, something splits, something が割れる and something を割る I break something, things like glass or plates. This was the second pattern れる to す and the third one れる to る Now the pattern 4 and this is like a variation. This is from あれる not only れるあれる and change to う Someone が生まれる Someone is born or something like a new products が生まれる New products are born To give birth to someone Someone を生む So from あれる生まれる to 生む I produce new ideas New ideas を生む新しいアイデアを生みます Let's remember here that all the verbs finishing in すさしす and this is transitive verbs So what we already learned today when れる intransitive verb change to す transitive one so this is す transitive one because all that finishes with す was also the transitive one now we're going to see the pattern number 5 when the intransitive verb finishes with る and then the transitive one is going to be す、さしす。Someone or something goes out. 出る intransitive verb 出る。And the transitive one 出す。I take something out to get over one's illness or to be cured. 病気が治る。And 病気を治す。I cure this illness or I heal this illness. Something turns around. Something が回る。And I turn something or I spin something. Something を回す。Something or someone remains or someone stays or someone survives. Someone が or something が残る。I leave something or I leave something behind or I leave someone behind. Something を or someone を残す。Now the new pattern 6, and this is a kind of variation of this one, る to す. But now from 得る to 明日、明日。To be late, to be delayed. Something が遅れる、遅れる、得る。And now the transitive one. Something を遅らす、明日。This means I put back something or I put something behind. Food gets cold. 料理が冷める、冷める、得る。And コーヒーを冷ます。I cool down my coffee. コーヒーを冷ます、明日。Someone gets away. Someone runs away. Someone が逃げる、逃げる、得る。I let someone go. I let someone free. 逃がす、someone を逃がす、明日。Something gets wet. Something が濡れる。And I make something wet. Something を濡らす、濡れる、得る、and 濡らす、明日。Something get chilled. Something get cold. Cold temperature. Something が冷える。I chill something. For example, beer. ビールを冷やす、冷やす、明日。Now the pattern number 7, and this is the variation of the previous one. The previous one was from 得る to 明日. And this time, the intransitive one is う, and the transitive one, this 明日, the same. Something moves or something works. Something が動く、動く。And I move something. Something を動かす、明日。動かす can also mean to activate. For example, I activate the machine. 機械を動かす。Something gets dry. Something が乾く、乾く。And I dry something. Something を乾かす、乾かす、明日。I dry something. Something flies. Something が飛ぶ。I make something fly. Something を飛ばす。also あばす、明日。Someone cries. Someone が泣く。And I make someone cry. Someone を泣かす。also 明日。Pattern number 8, and this is the last pattern of today, but I want to continue with the next video too. And this time, this is also variation. And intransitive one, いる. And the transitive one is 押す. Someone wakes up. Someone gets up. Someone が起きる、いる、起きる、いる. And I wake someone up. someone を起こす、押す。something falls down by itself. something が落ちる、落ちる、いる、落ちる。and I drop something. something を落とす、落とす、押す。intransitive verb 降りる to get off 降りるいる and the transitive one 下ろす押す and this verb is very irregular and special one and it's quite difficult to use how to use these particles and you must watch my previous video. Now a quiz time with 10 verbs. I'm gonna tell you intransitive verb as a dictation. It means I tell you in Japanese without showing here anything, okay? Intransitive one. Then you must write it down and you must say what's the meaning in English. And after you must find the transitive one, the transitive verb and what's the meaning in English. The example, I say 消える消える then you must write down in your notebook 消える then you must say what's the meaning in English 消える it means to disappear or to go out. After that you must write in the transitive form of this verb, in this case 消す then also you must write in English what's the meaning of 消す in this case to put out or to erase. では始めましょう。1番目、出る、出る、出る。2番目、止まる、止まる、止まる。3番目、起きる、起きる、起きる。4番目、閉まる、閉まる、閉まる。5番目、見つかる、見つかる。見つかる、見つかる。6番目、壊れる、壊れる。壊れる、壊れる。7番目、飛ぶ、飛ぶ、飛ぶ。8番目、割れる、割れる、割れる、割れる。9番目、冷える、冷える。冷える、冷える。10番目、最後です。頑張りましたね。10番目。終わる、終わる、終わる。Today we learned 3 rules and 8 patterns about intransitive and transitive verbs. Anyway, please don't worry if you don't remember these rules, because I myself don't know it. Okay? But anyway, I speak them because I'm accustomed to it. And if you don't know them, it's okay. But many people asked me, aren't there any special rules? So I looked for them. Then I explain you now. Maybe these things can help you. I don't know. But there are more rules, not rules, more patterns, and I'm gonna continue in the next video. I really hope this video can help you. And if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do it. And if you liked it, please give me a like. And if you can share my videos with your friends, you will help me a lot. いかがでしたか？今日は自動詞と他動詞のルールについて話しました。でも正直なところ、私自身こういうパターンがあるっていうことを知りませんでしたよ。ですから、これを全部覚えなきゃなんてそんなに心配することないですよ。大丈夫大丈夫。ただ、もしかしたら少しでも役に立つんだったら覚えてもいいですね。実際のところまだパターンがあるので、次回のビデオでも続けていきますね。今日は 本当にたくさんの動詞を見てきましたよね。私もよく頑張ったでしょあなたも頑張りましたね。少しでも役に立ったなと思ってくださったら、ぜひいいねボタンとチャンネル登録忘れないでお願いします。そして私のビデオをぜひお友達に紹介してくださいね。ではまた次のビデオでお会いしましょう。じゃあまたね。